By the end of this video, you'll understand the 7 unmistakable signs that signal you are on the verge of a profound spiritual awakening. You'll learn how to recognize these symptoms, why they happen, and how to navigate them with clarity and confidence. If you've been feeling disconnected, restless, or like your world is quietly unraveling, this is for you. Here's what's ahead. First, you'll discover why these symptoms aren't random. Then we'll break down each sign, unpack what it means, and reveal how to move through this powerful transformation. Stay with this journey. By the end, you'll see your struggles in a radically new light. Imagine waking up one morning and feeling like reality itself has started to glitch. Time slips through your fingers, your body reacts in strange ways, and the things that used to matter suddenly feel empty. What if these aren't problems to fix, but messages from your soul? What if everything falling apart is actually the start of everything coming together? There's a reason this matters now. Most people ignore these signals, dismissing them as stress or coincidence. But missing them means missing the doorway to your highest self. The stakes? Staying stuck in a life that no longer fits, or stepping into a purpose that's been waiting for you all along. This isn't just theory. Across cultures and centuries, those who undergo deep transformation report the same patterns. These signs are not random. They are the universal language of awakening. If you felt any of them, you're not alone, and you're not broken. You're being called to something extraordinary. Here's how this unfolds. First, we'll explore the shift in your perception of time. Next, we'll dive into the physical symptoms that can't be explained away. Then we'll look at the emptiness that creeps into your old passions, the emotional storms that rise out of nowhere, the sudden distance from people you once loved, the flood of synchronicities, and finally, the sense of standing at a threshold between worlds. Each chapter will reveal a piece of the puzzle, and by the end, you'll see the full picture. Let's begin with the first sign. Time starts to warp. Maybe you've noticed hours slipping by in what feels like minutes, or days that blur together until you can't tell where one ends and another begins. Sometimes you sit in silence for a moment, only to realize an entire afternoon has vanished. This isn't just forgetfulness. It's a sign your consciousness is stretching beyond the usual boundaries. When you're on the edge of awakening, your energy stops syncing with the clock. You begin to sense time as fluid, not fixed. This can feel dizzying, even unsettling, but it's actually your spirit tuning into a broader reality, one where past, present, and future begin to overlap. Have you felt time slipping through your hands lately? What might your soul be trying to show you? The second sign is physical. Your body starts to rebel against your old life. Maybe you wake up feeling heavy, achy, or strangely sensitive. Foods you used to love suddenly upset your stomach. Your skin reacts, your digestion shifts, and you feel drained by places or people that once felt normal. This isn't just stress, it's your body recalibrating, rejecting environments, routines, and relationships that no longer match your future. Think of it as a deep detox, not just of toxins, but of anything out of alignment with your next chapter. The discomfort is real, but it's also a message. Your body is becoming a finely tuned instrument, and anything out of tune now causes friction. Take a breath and check in. Where is your body saying no, even when your mind tries to say yes? The third sign is a hollowing out of old motivations. Suddenly, the things that used to drive you, competition, validation, social trends, even money, lose their grip. You scroll through your phone and nothing excites you. Achievements feel flat, conversations seem shallow, and you wonder if you're losing your passion. But this emptiness isn't depression, it's a clearing. Your soul is unplugging from the game you no longer want to play. The illusion is lifting, and what once felt urgent now seems irrelevant. This can bring guilt or confusion, but it's actually a sacred pause, a space where your true purpose can finally emerge. Ask yourself, what have you stopped caring about lately? What deeper longing is starting to take its place? Next comes the emotional surge. Out of nowhere, you might find yourself crying over a song or suddenly gripped by anger that seems to come from nowhere. These aren't mood swings. They're waves of old energy rising to be released. Your emotional body is clearing out pain, memories, and even ancestral wounds you didn't know you carried. It can feel overwhelming, but it's also a sign of healing. Each tear, each outburst, is your system making space for more light, more honesty, and more power. Instead of judging your sensitivity, honor it. This intensity means your heart is waking up to new frequencies. Reflect for a moment. When was the last time you let yourself truly feel, without trying to explain it away? The fifth sign is the quiet exit of people from your life. Friends stop reaching out. Loved ones feel distant. Conversations become strained or superficial. At first, you might blame yourself, wondering what you did wrong. But this isn't about fault, it's about frequency. As you shift, your energy no longer matches those who were only meant to walk with you for a season. The universe gently clears space for new connections that resonate with your evolving self. It can hurt, but behind the loss is a promise. Those who are meant for your next chapter are already being drawn to you. Pause and consider. Who has faded from your life recently, and what new space is opening in their absence? The sixth sign is a flood of synchronicities and symbols. Suddenly, you notice repeating numbers everywhere. Songs seem to speak directly to you. Dreams become vivid, almost prophetic. These aren't coincidences, they're messages from your higher self, bridging the gap between the physical and the spiritual. The more you notice, the more they appear. It's as if the universe is confirming you're on the right path, nudging you forward with signs only you can decode. Trust these patterns. They are activation codes guiding you through the unknown. Ask yourself, what signs keep showing up in your life, and what might they be trying to tell you? The seventh and final sign is the sense of standing at a threshold. You feel caught between worlds, no longer fully in your old life, but not yet anchored in the new. There's a sense of anticipation, even anxiety, as if something massive is about to unfold. This is the spiritual liminal space, the moment before the breakthrough. It can feel lonely, confusing, and even a little frightening, but it's also sacred. This is where illusions fall away and your true self begins to emerge. The discomfort is not a punishment. It's preparation for a leap into a higher state of being. Take a deep breath. Can you sense the edge you're standing on and the possibility waiting just beyond it? Let's pause and check in. If you've recognized even a few of these signs, you're further along this path than you realize. The confusion, the discomfort, the emptiness, they're not signs of failure, but proof that you're evolving. Most people turn back at this stage, numbing themselves or clinging to the familiar. But if you stay with the process, something extraordinary happens. The pain gives way to clarity. The emptiness fills with purpose. The loneliness transforms into connection with something greater. Now comes the most powerful moment, the peak of this journey. Imagine for a moment letting go of everything you thought you had to be. The roles, the expectations, the old stories. In that space, you're free to become who you truly are. The final awakening isn't about escaping reality. It's about seeing it with new eyes. You realize that every loss was making room for something real. Every discomfort was a signal to realign. Every sign, every synchronicity was a breadcrumb leading you home. Here's the synthesis. These 7 signs are not setbacks. They are sacred invitations. Each one is a message from your soul, urging you to step into your highest frequency. The warping of time, the physical symptoms, the loss of old passions, the emotional storms, the shifting relationships, the flood of signs, and the feeling of standing on a threshold, they are all part of the same metamorphosis. You are not falling apart. You are being remade. So what now? If you see yourself in these signs, honor the journey you're on. Trust your body, listen to your emotions, release what no longer fits, and follow the signs that light your path. You are not alone in this. You are part of a wave of awakening sweeping across the world. If you're ready to claim this transformation, let it shape your choices from this day forward. You are someone who chooses truth over comfort, growth over stagnation, and purpose over distraction. That's the identity you're stepping into. And if you're curious about what happens after the threshold, how to ground your new awareness and build a life that matches your highest self, stay tuned for the next exploration. The next step is where you learn to live from your awakened state, turning insight into action and purpose into reality. The journey is just beginning.